Today on Cookin' by the Book, we're making savory ham and cheese bread pudding with tomato hollandaise from Joanna Gaines' cookbook, Magnolia Table. Hi, I'm Bernadette Catherine, and I'm a country singer who honestly has no business starting a cooking show, but I love making food for people, and I have a giant collection of cookbooks, which, if you look right over there, yeah, that's just a small part of it. So let's get cooking by the book. The recipe in this cookbook makes a casserole that serves 8 people. I love making casseroles because you get to throw all the ingredients together into one dish and bake. There may be a few additional steps depending on the type of casserole, but they're great for making an easy and simple meal.
What you'll need to make this casserole are olive oil, 8 large eggs, heavy cream, fresh thyme leaves, finely chopped garlic cloves, or in my case minced garlic, salt, mustard powder, sweet paprika, ground black pepper, ground nutmeg, 1 pound of French bread, sliced deli black forest ham chopped into bite-sized pieces, grated sharp cheddar cheese, and shredded Parmesan cheese.
Now, what you'll need for your tomato hollandaise sauce is egg yolks, lemon juice, fresh or prepackaged, I chose prepackaged, salted butter, tomato paste, cayenne pepper, and ground black pepper. We'll also need a baking dish, a medium-sized mixing bowl, a double boiler, a whisk, and a spatula. First, let's make the savory ham and cheese bread pudding casserole. Coat the inside of a 9 by 13 inch baking dish with olive oil and lay the bread slices in lines so they cover the entire bottom of the dish. And then in a large bowl, whisk together 8 large eggs and 1.5 cups of heavy cream. Once it's well blended, whisk in 2 tablespoons of fresh thyme leaves, 3 tablespoons of minced garlic, 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of mustard powder, half teaspoon of sweet paprika, a half teaspoon of ground black pepper, and 1 teaspoon of ground nutmeg. Next, we're going to add the 8 ounces of chopped ham and 8 ounces of sharp cheddar cheese, making sure to spread them evenly in the baking dish and then top with the remaining bread slices. Pour the egg mixture slowly over the bread, letting it seep down between the slices. Then sprinkle the Parmesan over the top. Now we can cover the baking dish and refrigerate for at least an hour and up to overnight. The book says that to help the bread absorb the liquid, press gently from time to time. Once we're ready to bake the casserole, we can preheat the oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit and bake for 50 minutes or until it's a deep golden color on top and you can insert a knife in the center and it comes back moist but not wet. And then let it cool for at least 15 minutes before serving. Next, let's make the tomato hollandaise sauce. In a medium stainless steel bowl or the top of a double broiler, let's combine 4 egg yolks, 1.5 tablespoons of lemon juice, and 1 tablespoon of water. Nest the bowl over a pot of boiling water and whisk the mixture for 3 to 4 minutes until the egg yolks thicken and double in volume. Don't let the bowl touch the water and don't stop whisking or else the eggs might start to scramble. Continue to whisk constantly and add the butter in a slow, steady stream. Once the sauce thickens and increases in volume, add 2 teaspoons of tomato paste, 1/16 of a teaspoon of cayenne powder, and 1/16 of a teaspoon of black pepper. All that's left to do now is put it all together. Cut the casserole into 8 slices and serve by topping the casserole with a spoonful of the tomato hollandaise sauce. The book says the casserole is best served the day that it's baked and to store the leftovers in a covered container in the refrigerator for up to 2 days. I wasn't really sure what to expect when I decided to make this, but I'm pleasantly surprised. It kind of reminds me of a jazzed up ham and cheese sandwich, to be quite honest. There's the sharpness of the cheddar and the savory of the French bread and thyme. The salty of the ham, there's a little bit of sweetness from that ham too. And the nuttiness of the Parmesan. You can taste that. That's really cool. It doesn't overwhelm though. Ooh, let's get a little bit more of the hollandaise sauce with this next bite. Let's do that. The hollandaise sauce actually gives it like this velvety texture and a little bit of a tangy flavor that actually works really well with the casserole. I'm pleasantly surprised. It's really good. I really like it. I need another bite. Yeah, that's good. One of the things that I really like about Magnolia Table by Joanna Gaines is how she took classic recipes and turned them on their head, just like she did with the recipe that we did today. I'm used to bread pudding being made for dessert or breakfast due to its sweetness, but Joanna managed to make it a delicious, savory meal that you could eat at any time of the day. And this recipe isn't the only interesting recipe inside this book. There are so many to choose from. So make sure you check it out. Thank you so much for hanging out with me in my kitchen for my second episode of Cookin' by the Book. I had a lot of fun making this casserole, and I hope you had just as much fun following along. If you're interested in trying this recipe out, you can find the ingredients and the directions in the description below, along with a link to the cookbook Magnolia Table by Joanna Gaines. Oh, before I forget, if you've had your eye on a cookbook and aren't sure whether to buy it because you don't know how the recipes inside are, or you just want to recommend your favorite cookbook so I can try a recipe from it, comment what it is down below. Also, if you've tried the savory ham and cheese bread pudding, let me know what you thought about it. I love hearing from you. Don't forget that I'm also a country singer who loves classic rock and classic and modern country. You can actually find my original music on my channel, so be sure to hit that subscribe button and check it out. And if you're interested in following along on my Cookin' by the Book journey, hit that subscribe button as well. I had so much fun hanging out with you, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. Bye!